As some humans are battling a B-rank monster in a barren land, one of them decides to get the upper hand by attacking it from behind utilizing his ancient fist ability, but the monster has somehow managed to sense him. Despite this, the guy manages to land the attack on the monster, but much to his surprise, it had no effect on him. He suspects that it is because of the monster's soft body that it was able to subjugate such a powerful attack. Now, it is time for the monster to attack, and as the guy is stuck mid-air, there is nothing he can do besides defend, and as the attack approaches him, a girl appears out of nowhere and saves him by slicing the monster's hand off. The monster is shocked at this, but regenerates its hand rather easily as the humans wonder if none of their attacks work against it. Well, guess what? There's another guy out there, asserting that if physical attacks are ineffective against it, then they can try magic as he chants God's empowerment, 9th-layered chain. With this, numerous chains appear and encircle the monster's body, entrapping him as lightning strikes him from above. The monster, however, somehow manages to break the chains and free himself, but the attack still seems to be effective as the monster tumbles to the ground. Seeing it fall, the humans finally take a deep breath as they wonder if this monster really was a B-ranked one, since it seemed like it had devoured mountains of organisms before battling them. But wait! The battle is not over yet, as one of the humans realizes that the monster is about to give birth, and as they are conversing, another monster appears out of this dead monster's body. But, this time around, things are slightly different as the monster is actually S-rank, fetal demon of consumption. The humans immediately realize that the demon has set his eyes on them and attacks them, but it is not accurate. With all of this going on, another demon appears in the sky, and one of the humans orders his comrades to hide behind him as this one is even more dangerous. The baby monster notices the demon in the sky and proceeds to attack it, but gets completely obliterated by the demon's counterattack. I wonder why this monster defended the humans. There is something suspicious here. After defeating the baby monster, the demon approaches the human, who has realized that they are in huge trouble as there was no warning before such a massive attack, even though it was launched to subjugate the baby monster. The human then disables his shield and sighs, thanking that the demon is not their enemy. Well, this crazy strong demon is actually the demon queen, who mocks the humans for not being able to defeat such measly monsters and that she had to save them. She also mocks the chosen one for being this weak and that she still has a lot to teach him before he can become the king of kingdom. Actually, my man here is not from this world. He ice-skied his way into it as the hero and ended up becoming the ruler of these lands, and yes, this badass demon is actually his wife. All I can say is that I'm jealous. This magical world has many tribes including humans and demons, which are the strongest. However, they have been engaged in a war over resources which lead to countless losses on both sides. In the end, the human tribe decides to put behind their pride for peace. Seeing this, the demon tribe's queen Isabella also agreed to sign the treaty for peace. With all of this going on, Xiangyi is leading a peaceful yet boring life on Earth. He is considered the #1 player of the region, but he doesn't take his gaming skills that seriously and only plays for fun. Xiang's parents have been living abroad since his birth, and being a lonely kid, he doesn't have many friends, so he just locks himself up in his room to either play games or draw. However, one day, as he is sleeping, the ring he has chained around his neck starts shining and he gets teleported to another world. Upon waking up, he realizes that the ceiling looks different, and the first person he comes across is Isabella as he questions her identity and what she is doing in his home. She calls him an idiot and tells him that this place is not his home, which makes Xiang wonder if he is hallucinating from playing too many games. He even slaps himself to snap back into reality, but realizes that all of this seems too real to be a dream. Upon noticing the people surrounding him, Xiang realizes that he might be in a different universe as Isabella questions the high priest if he really is the chosen one. The high priest enlightens her that the one wearing the magic ring similar to the queen is the chosen one, and coincidentally, Xiang possesses that same ring. Isabella also notices the ring and tells him that their rings are similar. Why can't such coincidences happen to me? That's just unfair. Despite all this, Isabella gets angry and grabs him by his collar, questioning if he is really the chosen one. Then why can't she feel any magic power from him, and on top of that, he's a human. Xiang, however, is confused as to what she is talking about and tells her that he bought this ring from a street vendor, which shocks Isabella, and she starts questioning the summoning spell, mocking Xiang in the process. The high priest tells her that the summoning spell was executed perfectly and that he is the one who will save the demon tribe from extinction. Xiang, who is listening to all this, is confused and questions them regarding all this summoning spell and saving the demon tribe. Hearing this, Isabella addresses him as a garbage human and enlightens him regarding what is going on. She tells him that she is supposed to sign the peace treaty with the humans tonight, but one of her servants, Lillian, had already made a deal with the humans and let them attack her. Lillian managed to extract most of her magic using some mysterious technique, but the queen somehow gets saved by her loyal guards, and now that they are gone, there are very few people who can protect her. Hearing this story, Xiang realizes that this is one of those stories in which a human gets teleported into another world and saves the fallen female protagonist. According to his wild fantasies, if the story continues as he believes it would, that would make him the protagonist, and that it would be wonderful if he ends up with the demon queen. He then suggests Isabella to go hiding into some mountain or forest as a last resort, but Isabella instantly rejects his idea, stating that the humans won't let her do this. The other demons standing there also start arguing with Xiang, urging that they were relying on the Chosen One to protect them, but it turns out that the Chosen One is some utter garbage. As they are conversing, the queen starts collapsing as one of her servants grab her. Isabella senses that her aura is slowly disappearing, and with this, her purple-colored skin fades and turns into human skin. In OFC, all of her clothes disappeared as well, so she's basically naked, which makes Xiang nosebleed. Meanwhile, Isabella wonders what has happened to her body. The high priest tells her that it's probably because of her lost aura that she has turned into this form, which shocks Isabella as she wonders how she can even present herself to her own people. The servants, on the other hand, start crying over Isabella's sacrifice, blaming Xiang for all this, and proceed to attack him. Xiang, on the other hand, pleads that he is the victim here and that he didn't want to be summoned to this world. With all of this going on, some guards enter the palace and announce that the human tribe has managed to penetrate the defenses and ask them to evacuate. Isabella wasn't expecting them to be this quick and gets dressed up for escaping as her guards offer to protect her. Who the hell dresses up in a freaking hoodie to run away? Isabella tells them that she's blessed to have fighters like them on her side. The high priest tells Isabella that her appearance is no different from an average human and that would make her escape really easy, but she must not let other humans figure out her true identity. She further tells her that she will remain here to fend off the humans and buy them some time. Isabella, however, denies this and announces that she won't leave her people behind. But the high priest sneakily creates a magic portal where the queen and her guards are standing and teleports them to somewhere distant. Xiang tries to run away, but the guards grab him and force him to travel with them. He literally begs them to leave him alone as he was planning the humans to send him back. They won't leave my man alone. The high priest further tells her that she has served 5 generations of the royal family and this would be her last. She then activates the spell and teleports all of them to a barren land. In the meantime, the humans have finally managed to infiltrate the castle and reach the high priest, where they question her regarding the queen. On the other hand, Isabella and the others get teleported to a place near the castle and suggest that they should leave as the human troops might discover them any moment. They ask Isabella to keep a hold of herself, to which she responds by stating that she is not that weak to lose composure in such circumstances and will eventually avenge all her soldiers. As they are about to leave, some human soldiers stationed at the top of a mountain discover them and ambush them with arrows. One of the arrows manages to pierce the guard's shoulder and she starts bleeding profusely. They ask Isabella to leave without them as they will hold back the human and ask Xiang to take care of her. Xiang grabs her hand and forces her to accompany her, but Isabella persists that she will fight alongside her troops. Xiang, however, tells her that she will end up killing herself and that she should just run away with her. Despite this, Isabella persists that she will die fighting instead of running away. This forces Xiang to raise his voice and tell Isabella that if she dies fighting, then their sacrifices would be useless. Chad moment for my man Xiang. Finally some spotlight for him. He further tells her that she can avenge her soldiers if she's alive, which makes her cry as she decides to run away with Xiang. In the meantime, the human soldiers have managed to kill all of Isabella's guards and have fun with them. On their way, Isabella and Xiang come across some human soldiers that were chasing after them, but seeing their outfits, they realize that they are humans and wonder if they should kill them. Seeing these humans, Isabella loses her cool and forces her hand out of Xiang's grip and proceeds to attack the human soldiers. Xiang, however, manages to grab her again and tells the soldiers that she is just too excited to see her own people. One of the soldiers comments that the demon tribe actually brainwashes humans to make them believe that humans are their enemies. Considering this fact, they decide to kill both of them and wonder if they will get any reward for that. The other ones, however, don't even care about the reward and assert that if they were affiliated with the demons, then they are better off dead. This makes Xiang realize that these humans don't even care about their own people and can kill them if necessary. Seeing this, he forces Isabella into a begging position and literally begged the soldiers to leave them, stating that they haven't been brainwashed by the humans and that Isabella was harassed by the demons even since she was a kid, which is why she is emotionally unstable. This angers Isabella as she vows to kill Xiang for making royalty go down on her knees. Xiang, however, mocks her by forbidding her to talk about respect when she can't even fight him in her current state. He further tells her to suppress her emotions so both of them can survive and that she can only avenge people if she's alive. I think I'm starting to like Xiang a bit, my man is spitting facts. He further tells the guards that Isabella is so traumatized that she thinks that she is a queen. The soldiers, however, are not moved by his story at all and only care about the reward. This shocks Xiang as he was not expecting this response. The soldiers start conversing among themselves regarding the reward, and as one of them swings his sword to behead them, a mysterious guy on a horse stops them. This scares them as they think that their squad has arrived and they would be punished, but they realize that they are the White Dragon Squad and their leader is the one who stopped them. They announce that they are a part of the Red Dragon Squad and question if they are here to provide support, to which the leader responds by stating that he heard everything they said a moment ago, asking them to leave this place and find their own leader. He also tells them that he'll pretend to not see anything. The soldier, however, tries to argue that they are part of the Red Dragon Squad and that they have more rights compared to them, but the leader shuts them up by reminding them that he is still the leader and has the authority to execute all of them. This scares the shit out of them and they run away like some rats. Even though the other soldiers have left, the stronger ones have arrived and Xiang believes that they are in even more danger as the leader approaches them. He introduces himself as Cephesus and questions Xiang regarding his whereabouts and when he was captured. He tries to escape the question, but Cephesus persists and orders him to answer his question. Hearing this, Isabella starts shouting that if he wants to kill them, he should stop screwing around, but Xiang tells her to keep quiet. He realizes that if he says something wrong, they might lose their lives. He tells Cephesus that he was captured not too long ago when he was 5 or 6 as he further inquires him about his role, to which Xiang replies by stating that he was an assistant cook and Isabella is his wife. Hearing this, he then questions him regarding his clothes as he is walking around naked, which scares Xiang as he can't just tell him that he was stripped naked for being the queen's bitch. Cephesus then proceeds towards Xiang and wraps his cloak around him, trying to be understanding. Xiang notices that this guy has such a loving aura surrounding him. He then tells them to follow him as he will lead them to their home. In the meantime, a soldier arrives and reports that the Red and Black Dragon Squads are returning and that they are late. Hearing this, Cephesus decides to return back home alongside his troops. Isabella warns Xiang that if he belittles him anymore, she will make his life a living nightmare. Xiang, however, begs her to keep a low profile and not reveal her identity at any cost, to which Isabella replies by stating that if she ends up going to the human tribe with them, they can forget coming back. Xiang still tells her that if she gets slaughtered, then she won't be able to avenge her people. Cephesus, on the other hand, announced their return back home and Xiang starts celebrating alongside them.